What's happening, people? It's been a little minute, about 2.5 weeks, I want to say, closer to three. Maybe even it's three. I don't know for sure. But I wanted to talk to you guys today because obviously haven't been transparent about. Well, I mean, I've been a little bit, but I want to be more transparent about what's coming up for the channel, that sort of stuff. And yeah, so I pretty much broke it down to topics because as you see, when I first started writing this all out, it was cool. And then after I was like, I better write all this out before I start the video or whatever. So, yeah, first off, I want to say thank you guys a lot for the support. We're at 47 subscribers right now. Ridiculous. Closing in on 50. I really appreciate y'all, especially with, all the bull crap. I'm super inconsistent with posting. So, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Cool. So that's the first thing. Second thing, where have I been at? Living life. So I've been or trying to, at least. I've been kind of busy with schoolwork, actual work, and just basic life stuff. You know how it goes. So um obviously I was gonna post the last 2 weeks, but due to life getting in the way, and along with that, sometimes it's kind of hard to post because it's a lot of craziness going around my house. So I try to always do it when there's no noise or it's kind of quiet outside and inside. So it's a little bit hard sometimes. But otherwise, been trying to do everything. I still been drawing. Trust me. One day, actually, I might post a little bit more like community posts. I know I've been trying to, but I've been kind of slacking a bit. But I might post some things I've been kind of drawing a little bit, trying to use more references. But yeah. So the other thing is I also been pretty stumped. And what I mean by that is when it comes to these videos, I know it probably gets a little bit boring seeing me work on the same thing, right? Uh, I've been kind of not like in a rut, but it's more kind of keep saying it's more me trying to refine what I know at the moment. So obviously perspective, shapes, that sort of stuff, and trying to work through that. But I have been improving a bit, but I didn't want to keep making. And maybe I should, right? Because the whole point of this channel is that you're going to see the good and the ugly. It's going to be a little bit tame, and then you might see some jumps in skill, and sometimes it might go down a little bit, and then it will increase again. But for me, it just never felt right to make a video. It always felt like, oh, I'm just making one just because, and it never felt properly like, okay, cool, like this is a video I could be making. So maybe I just need to work on that. Could be a thing. And then other thing is I've been really trying to plan exactly how I'm gonna do this channel from now on once I finally get everything set up. And I kind of have a structure of where I want this to go, obviously. So the first thing is equipment. Obviously, I have the PC, so that's cool. Two things I still need to get are the drawing tablet and a mic. So for the drawing tablet, I was looking online. Okay, which kind of am I gonna get? Doing some research, and I think I'm gonna stick with the Wacoms, the Syntex. So obviously, they're dropping some new ones coming out pretty soon, the 24 and the 16. So I'm thinking about picking up the 24 because at first I even did measurements with a ruler. I was like, okay, let me see how that's gonna be drawing, right? Obviously, it's gonna. And I was like, with the 16, it's gonna be kind of rough. So I was like, okay, but I'm gonna get the 24. I'll most likely get the touch for that. So yeah, and then the mic, obviously, I have one I'm gonna get for sure. Was it the SM7B? So just trying to get all that situated, trying to get everything organized, and yeah. So I'm hoping I can finally buy all that by hopefully maybe mid-August. If I'm lucky, if with glory to God, he decides, hey, we'll speed this up a bit, maybe late July, I want to say. But who knows how that's gonna roll. So, but yeah, otherwise, I have the PC built. I have all the software I need, multi-streaming, that sort of stuff, editing. So yeah, I have Clip Studio Paint Pro, obviously. So I have all the software is cool. The PC is done. It runs. It's smooth. Uh, Everything is pretty much set up for that. So yeah, next thing I want to talk about are the videos, obviously. So I kind of want to switch up how I do the videos. Maybe depending on if what you guys like, we might stick with the same structures I've been doing before. But I want to try something different. So obviously, I wanted this to be more of like a community-based channel. I wanted this to be more live reaction, a more raw sort of setting. So obviously, I really want to do like live streams, preferably like 3 to 4 hours. As I've written here before, obviously. I keep saying obviously, but yeah, 3 to 4 hours. So the first hour, I want it to be me studying something like a certain topic, maybe even like maybe like the first 24 minutes, maybe it's like warm ups, that sort of stuff, trying to make sure I get my arm ready. And then for the rest of the hour, and then maybe that second hour, it's more so working on like a study, whether it's like shape, shading, that sort of stuff, line art, line confidence, line weight, that sort of those things. But afterward, the last 2 hours, I wanted to focus on either something I want to draw or something that maybe you guys recommend. Like maybe you're like, hey, I want you to draw, I don't know, a desk, something like that. Here's a picture I'm gonna send a link for. Draw this. Obviously we're gonna have to check that because it ain't gonna be nothing crazy. But yeah, and then of course it's lenient, right? This isn't gonna be the set schedule, but obviously I wanted to kind of switch up the focus a little bit, and also keeps me on my toes with my drawings and stuff like that. So afterward, the second bit I wanted to do was like specific cuts, certain topics of the live stream, and that's where I really wanted the video formats to be, where maybe sometimes maybe it'll be like a little bit of like yapping sessions, or me working on a certain subject, and obviously I can make a 10 possibly 20-minute video depending on what it is, and then break those up and then make those the actual videos. Which also reminds me, with the amateur to artist, I'm thinking about switching the day format and making it into weeks instead, just because it might be a little bit easier to keep track of. And we'll do like week 1 part 2 for like a different day, that sort of stuff. So yeah, but otherwise I wanted to make like certain cuts of the live streams. Hopefully we're doing maybe like 2 or 3 live streams a week. I'm about to be more realistic with y'all with this final year of college coming up, and me just trying to make sure I graduate, that sort of thing. It will most likely be 1 or 2 live streams, which will still be pretty good. And then the videos, I can possibly make 2 or 3 videos a week, depending on how that rolls. So yeah. Then obviously yap sessions. Maybe we'll just go on certain topics, whether it's God, taxes, life, even like, media, comics, manga, anime, possibly even sports if I ever watch them. So it could be anything, yap sessions. And then miscellaneous, right? So there's certain videos I want to make, which I'll hold off on, but they'll probably be a little bit higher production, you would say, in a way of how maybe it's like a topic I really want to talk about. Like, just fun stuff. So nothing serious, nothing just to make content or anything, because that's not really what I'm trying to do. It's more just a chill hobby, kind of just, like life sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of what's I'm thinking about for the videos. If you guys obviously have any ideas, you know, put anything in the comments. Just say like, hey, how about this or that? I'll be interested in this. I'll see. But it will still all be drawing based, right? So everything will still be dealing with me trying to improve my skill, that sort of stuff. So we'll play it by ear, and the channel will change every now and again for what we do, but everything will still be drawing based at the end of the day. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with the channel. Then I also want to say we will have a proper video next week. Trust me, I know the last one was, a recap. This one is more just a topic based. We will have a legit video next week. Me drawing, you will see me struggle. I don't know what the topic will be. Maybe it'll be more perspective, because I didn't really get a hang of oh man, the camera's been shaking. I hope the video comes out all right. But it'll still be a proper video, maybe perspective, maybe it's just more reference drawing, maybe it's actually trying to get the basic shapes down for them, like the form, the silhouette of it, who knows. But yeah, you'll still get a proper video next week, because I know I've been slacking like crazy. So, and I owe you guys a lot for that, because yeah, I'm coming up on 50 subscribers. Haven't been posting a basic video in almost 3 weeks. So yeah, apologies for that. And the last thing I just want to say again, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for even when I'm inconsistent, when I'm fumbling. I know my speech isn't the best. I keep repeating things. My drawing's obviously not the best, but I thank you guys so much for sticking around, for all the advice, the critiques, uh, even saying, hey, this is a good drawing and all that, trying to be motivational. I appreciate you guys for all that. So I hope you guys stick around, and I'm thankful for everything you do. Obviously, not a typical video I would make, but this is one I had to make. So next week, you'll get a regular video again. Who knows what it'll be on? I don't think I'll work with it on pen just because, for example, here, let me bring it in, pick. But this thing is like super small. So I could draw on it, but it wouldn't fit the video. And also I have to do with camera shakes, that sort of thing. So I might stick with like, this type of paper, stick with this sort of stuff. But I can't even draw a circle. I don't have my arm all in the pick. But yeah. So video next week. And thank you guys for everything. The channel will keep changing every now and again, and I'll try to be a little bit more consistent with the videos until I can get everything set up. So yeah. So thank you guys again. Hope you all have a great day. God bless. And I will see you all next week. Peace.